welcome back to Red Hot Marriage. We are so excited that you're with us today. So today's episode is going to be really, really fun because we're going to be untackling and unboxing what, honey, today?
Today is going to be one of those episodes that if you tune in and the crowd nowadays says, if you lock in today, you're going to discover.
You sound like such a dad.
I know.
For real.
I get this vernacular, this wordings from our kids. They're all young adults, but anyway. So what we're going to be talking about today is action over love.
Oh.
In other words, why what you do matters more
than what you say.
Okay. All right. So we're going to tackle that. Hope you're ready. It's going to be amazing. And we have an ongoing tradition here at the podcast.
Yes, we do.
And Red Hot Marriage, that before we begin, we throw a fun question for.
So we haven't rehearsed it. So
the last few podcasts, Diana has asked a question. Now I am going to ask a question.
I'm nervous.
And she doesn't know what the question is. And she should not be nervous. Okay. But this is the question. What? Tell us about a time that you had that sticks in your mind as having the best time of your life.
Oh my gosh. That was for my 49th birthday, and we spent it at Disney. That was like the best day of my life because after 49 years, we finally made it to Disney.
That's right.
And it was my birthday that day, and we got to celebrate with Mickey.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be hard to top that one off.
Nothing has been able to top that. So far, I'm 51 now, so nothing has been able. Wait, it was my 49th or 48th?
40, I think 48.
48th birthday, yeah. I turned 48. So nothing has been, since then, nothing has been able to top it. So definitely Disney. Disney for my 40th birthday. Cherry, what about you?
I think for me, it was going to Grand Canyon and driving when we drove the North Rim first, and that took, I don't know, like 4 hours to get to Arizona, Flagstaff, Arizona. And we spent a day there, and then we drove the South Rim, hitting first Horseshoe Bay.
Yeah.
That was amazing for me. That is awesome. So memorable. And then we stopped in different parts of the Grand Canyon. I forgot
about that. That is,
oh my gosh, that was so memorable. And I enjoyed every part. I think one of the parts that I enjoyed the most was driving.
But you do like to drive. So.
Yeah, driving. I mean, it was a long way from Vegas. We drove all the way to Flagstaff.
True.
4 hours, 4.5. I don't know how, it was a long way.
What was the name of the one that had the rocks? The place that we
That
stopped?
was the Fire Canyon, I forget, Fire Rock Canyon, something like that. It was gorgeous. It was
right outside of Vegas. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Honey, that was a great one.
Yeah, it was amazing. So, today as we get into the podcast, one of the main things that we want to say is this, that what you say, if when you say I love you is louder than your actions, then there's a contradiction.
And there's a disconnect.
And there's a disconnect between what you're saying and what you're doing.
True.
So today we want to...
That's never happened to us, though.
No, of course not.
Not ever. Not ever.
No.
In the 30 years we've been married, no,
of course not.
Not one. Yeah.
I think for me is it's easy to do the things that require work, that require me being focused on a project. Whenever is about you and I, the relationship and taking care of your heart, that requires a lot of effort in my part, a lot of learning that I have to do, because I think that I'm mistaken working, that I'm mistaken providing, that I'm mistaken all those things with taking care of our relationship. And it's completely different.
Well, because I think that you're a task person. I mean, you even write down tasks.
I love me a good list.
I know you do.
And then what I love the most is checking them off.
Exactly.
I even would write them after
part of
the
that
fact.
List too.
Yeah.
That it's like, okay, well then, okay.
No, absolutely.
Held her hand, check off. Said I love you, checked off. And and then you've gone through life like that.
Yeah.
And I require more than a check by my name, so, but you've
I've learned that.
I've
learned to really understand what it is, what it means to build a marriage, and
True.
now to build a red hot marriage,
That's
right?
right.
And it's a building,
Yeah.
and we said that it's a building process, is not a destination point. Like you don't arrive at a red hot marriage.
True.
It's a continual build. Like you're
And it's continually
always
learning and shifting and
Always.
adjusting and adapting and finding out really what your spouse, what your partner is needing.
yes,
Because how you communicate love, for you, it has been like that. It
Yeah.
has been like, hey, I'm a great provider. Thank God that you are, that you show up to work, that you are responsible, that you have all these different things. You have integrity.
and I do that with ease.
You do that with ease because that's your norm.
Yeah.
That's your natural. But what it hasn't been has been like being emotionally attuned.
Absolutely not. It's been so challenging.
But that is that place where then, because of our relationship, you've been able to grow
Yeah.
into that. And for me, what the strengths that you have in you, that I am incredibly emotionally attuned to everybody and
Yes.
everything all the
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
But I'm not crazy about the list and the checklist and like all the different things. Like I don't like that.
No.
And that's what makes it so good, that like you bring in your strengths, I bring in my strengths, and we are learning from each other.
Yes.
Like how to create this incredible life together, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's through a lot of effort. It's not just like it just doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
And
for
I think
sure.
that that's one of the fallacies that we believe, that when we get married, when we're in a relationship, man, this person is going to fulfill all these things. They're going to be amazing. They're just going to know what I need. They know because they love me.
Yeah.
But you honestly have to have the posture of teaching them
Yeah.
what it is that you need.
And I think that you hit right on target
Mm-hmm.
into one of the underlying core messages of today, right? That love feelings and love proof, right? Like you can have feelings of love,
Yeah.
but there's got to be a proof, right? And if there's a disconnect between those two need to match.
Right.
The feelings and the proof. Like if we say that we have love feelings, then the proof needs to manifest,
Yeah.
right? The proof needs to be there.
Yeah. I'm thinking of something and I'm kind of like just
Yeah,
having
say
a
it.
moment.
I love that.
Well, no, because I know that sometimes like even through our relationship, you would do things really just like you would bring me flowers and you would do just because things like little love notes and all that. And then like a long time would go that you would not bring me flowers. And I had the tacky song that I
And
would
you
sing
would
to
start
you.
singing the song.
What's the song that I would sing?
You don't bring me flowers.
Well, no, but I would do it it was the song.
No.
You don't bring me flowers
Yeah.
anymore in the most dramatic way.
Yeah.
But it was also for you like, oh, that's something that I have forgotten that this is important to my wife.
Yeah.
To have like an expression of love that she enjoys. Because your part is like, I'm providing, I'm good, I'm, all these different things, right? But for me, an expression of love is also the flowers. It is also the love notes. It's the intention.
Yeah.
It is being proactive in showing me and demonstrating love. So no, I totally agree.
No, and if you think about that, the lack of that, what happens when we don't express the proof? In other words, like we can have the language, I can tell you I love you, but then there's no proof of
No
that,
action
and
behind
no
it.
action behind
Yeah.
it. So then there's a contradiction, there's a disconnection. Within time, what happens? You start getting feelings of being abandoned. Like there's
So good. So true. Yeah.
something's missing, right?
Yeah.
So today, as we go through this, I think there's going to be people, couples, a man, a wife listening somewhere, a husband listening somewhere.
Maybe even someone that's dating.
Yeah.
This is something you can take into your relationship.
Come on, talk to the people, honey.
Because
Absolutely.
sometimes, when we start dating, we do all these things
Yeah.
to impress the other. And that's all that it is. We're trying to impress. We're trying to get them. We're trying for them to fall in love with us, right? But then we stop doing those things after a certain time. We know we had couples that had been together for a year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years. And it's like, it's completely changed
Right.
to what it used to be. And you almost feel like, I'm married now. Oh, well, And then you start going through life with that apathy. And we see it. We counsel so many marriages that we have seen that happen over the years, that it's like, and all of a sudden it's like, well, I'm not in love anymore. I fell out of love.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't fall out of love.
Well, maybe you didn't nurture it.
probably, And that's the part that we want to
and I think
help today.
in today's episode is going to be the why. Like why do you feel on the edge of relationship or relational burnout? Why are you at the point of being resentful? Why are you feeling distant?
Yeah.
And so that is part of the why of, today's podcast for sure. One of the biggest, and we're going to spend some time here, but one of the biggest lies that the culture has given to us and fed us over so many years is this thought of, if I love you, everything will work out. It's not like that.
Not at all.
It's not like that. And I think in our relationship, it's always proved that whenever we hit a point that is challenging, it had to be accompanied with some effort and some work. I mean, is there times that you remember that he took that?
I think it's taken a lot of work for us to get to this place where we're able to express that to each other easily. Because I think initially when we first got married and when we were first, together, all of these things, like, you're still pursuing my heart. You're still doing all the things that normally you do when you're dating someone.
Yeah.
And then as time went by, work, kids, just responsibilities and everything, you start kind of putting that, it doesn't become a priority anymore. You already got the girl, you already got the family, you already got all these things that, okay, I can kind of put this away. And instead of me being on your checklist, I go off the checklist. And now these are the things that are important. But the very things that got us together are now the very thing that is keeping us apart.
Yeah.
And that unfortunately happens. So I remember having to come and say, like, hey, I really do miss dating you. I miss you just bring me flowers just because, or love notes and things like that where you're pursuing me still. Like, just because I'm here 24/7 doesn't mean that you have my whole heart. Like, I want to be pursued. I want to see the effort.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I think about it this way. Let's say that, okay, well, we had sex on our wedding night. We're good. We're good now. We don't have to have sex the rest of our life. That's it, right? No, you continue to pursue each other. Those things that are important in the relationship have to continue. So you can continue to feel connected to your spouse, So
And I think that's the difference between a love feeling and a love practice.
True.
Right? That's a big difference. And I think that if we're able to understand and incorporate that in our life that we do together, is this just a love feeling or a love practice?
That's good.
Right? And I think those connecting those two, connecting the love feeling with the love practice, there's going to be no ambiguity, no disconnection, and it's going to be connected. And it's something that can continue to grow in those areas, and that's important.
Yeah.
That's important for us to be able to do those things and continue to practice love. And I know in our own marriage that I've had moments of like disconnecting, right? Moments of coming down to some of the lows, and for me. And I think a lot of men listening to this might be able to relate to this, that you're more connected when things are settled in the house, when it comes to finances, you have a good job, all these other things. But whenever you're going through some financial struggles in the family, it becomes harder for you to focus on the relationship because you're focused on getting a job or things that are difficult in the relationship.
It's a stress. You're carrying the stress and the weight of responsibility of providing, right? But the irony in all of this is that you're saying that, yes, as men, you retreat, you kind of go inward, you're worried about those things. But all that the wife wants is to connect with you heart to heart.
Yeah.
She just wants to hear like, hey, okay, I know that you're having a hard time and everything, but I'm right here. Like, we're going to be okay. Like, don't worry about it. And to be included in that process, even in the process of you worrying. And that's something that creates then that emotional safety for her too. And I think that over the years, you've learned to do that really well, where now you kind of allow me into that headspace of yours.
Yes.
That can be really dark.
Oh
at
yeah,
times
100%. Yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
in that place, in that pit. Because before, when we first got married, I would be like, I don't know what I did. Like, I don't know what I did to piss him off. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Because it was just like you would just go inward.
Yeah.
And now you invite me in.
Yeah. And I think that's part of it's part of my journey of growth, like in relationship and healing, and also like repairing our relationship or going through that process.
True.
Like if you haven't heard the previous episodes, please go and listen to them.
Yeah.
It'll tell you a little bit of our story, my journey of of growth and maturity and healing, and a story of our marriage, the things that we went that were challenging, and also where we're at now.
True.
And that it's a different season, a different time, and it's wonderful, but it also I'm able to remember the challenging times, and even now I struggle with some of those things of I have to engage and being re-engage my mind into, man, my honey needs some flowers. We need to we need
date night.
We need date night. We need these things. It's something that I purposefully I need to think about and do, and it's not passive and automatic. I need to think about that, because when my mind goes into working, man, I'm right there, and I kind of like block everything else.
It's true.
Yeah.
You are the hardest taskmaster of yourself,
right?
Because you will push yourself and like not stop until you accomplish whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I love the saying that I heard, and it goes with what we're talking about now, that love is not what you feel towards your spouse. Love is not what you feel toward your spouse. Love is what your spouse experiences from you.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to repeat that. Love is not what you feel towards your spouse. Love is what your spouse experiences from you.
Wow.
Think about that.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah. It's so true, because we can say I love you until we're blue in the face. But if you are being a jerk at home, like, or you just, it's like, yeah, I love my wife, but you never show it, you never really express it, then she won't feel it. There's a disconnect.
That's a disconnect.
With that. Yeah.
It's so, and I think, going back to the beginning of Red Hot Marriage podcast and our story, I think if, and I'm talking to the men right now, if you are struggling with, porn addiction or some sort of like thing that you go to relieve the stress of life, then your connection with your wife is going to be severed. It's going to be,
so true.
It's not going to be a connected feeling that you feel, and she's going to feel it too. Why? Because there hasn't been this openness, and part of you having that connection and having that that love action towards your wife is you sharing some of these things that are hard.
We have to remember too that we are, spirit, soul, and body. And we can't hide those from the person that is the closest to us, from the person that we've given ourselves to. We have connected our spirits together. So even like whenever you are going through something, like maybe the wife, for me, I would be like, there's something off.
Right.
I can't put my finger on it, but there is something off about him.
Yeah.
Because we can't hide that.
Yeah.
We may try to hide for years and years, but there is still like a knowing in us that pinpoints to like, there's something that is terribly wrong with us.
Yeah.
And I think that it is a mechanism that God has given us to help us to kind of always know, okay, this is true north. This is really how things should be.
And I want to say to the wives out there that if you feel that uneasiness in your relationship, there's something that the Lord is pointing to, because the Lord has put that inside of you. And I can tell you with certainty that every time that Diana had something like that towards me, it was accurate.
Spot on.
That she decided not to say anything, that she decided not to bring it up.
But even when I would say something, there was moments that because you were in such an unhealthy place that you would gaslight me into believing like, no, like you're crazy. Like this is not happening. But yet inside of me, I was like, no, I know what I'm feeling right now. Yeah.
And later all that proved to be correct.
Yes, it did.
So I'm saying, ladies, you take a bold step and believe what that feeling that you have, that easiness, that disconnection, because this is the point of when love is starved, right? And if the man is going through this type of addiction and separating, and you're feeling this uneasiness, with time, that's going to be a starvation of love. The love is going to be starved, right?
Say it again.
One is going to be pulling one way. The other one is going to be uncertain, right? Like I have this feeling, but I don't know what's happening. So it's important that conversation happens, because that's when you nurture and feed love with the proper action.
That's so good, babe.
And those are the hard, conversations. And what do you do in those conversations? Like, what are you doing, like to the love effect? What are you doing to the things that create resentment and burnout? What are you doing? What you're doing is that you're breaking it off.
True.
You're stopping it. And if you do that, but that takes courage to do.
Yeah.
No,
for sure. And I think that part of the resentment and burnout in the relationship, one thing that we find is that when wives have been constantly told, like, no, like, there's nothing wrong. Like, I'm fine. She then stops asking. She comes to accept the marriage as it is, the relationship as it is. But there is such a discontent in her that she gets checked out. And once you have a woman check out of a relationship, it's over, buddy. Because if she's not then pursuing truth, either one, she has just accepted her fate, that it is what it is, and this is what she's gonna get out of this life.
And that is not good.
Or she's like, I'm out. I don't care. I don't even love him anymore.
Yeah. And
a woman that's there is a very, very dangerous place to be, because it's very hard to help someone that has arrived at that place. So,
yeah. And these are the things, and this is the reason why love without action creates resentment. This is the reason. Like emotional starvation in marriage, especially like in good marriages, right? Like you see a veneer of a good marriage, but inside that marriage, there's like an underlying coldness and starvation, right? Because maybe there's no a real offer of connection.
We see it.
We see it all the time.
We see it all the time, like in church.
Yeah.
With, friends of ours and all that people that are close to you, they can't hide it. You see that the wife and the husband, like, there's something off. You don't really know what it is, but you can feel it when you're around them, that there is no care, connection, sexual attraction. Like, I don't even know how to even
right
between them. They almost feel like roommates.
Yeah.
And it feels like that's the kind of relationship that they have. And it's hard to not notice, because it is so
And you feel it when you're around them too.
Yeah.
You feel it.
The way that they respond to each other, the way that they carry themselves around each other. So, and it's sad that so many people have decided that that's the place that they're going to stay at.
And that's the worst part, because it could be like a good marriage, but you're not truly like satisfied in the marriage.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to say anything,
apathetic.
but you're there just going through the motions, and
we're there for the kids.
Yeah, in a certain way. And that's why a good marriage grows in resentment, even if there's no cheating. And some of the things that are like a slow drip that continues to build this resentment is, for example, unkept promises.
Let's talk about that.
Right? I mean, how many times you've said that you're maybe going to go to therapy, right? And I can almost put money down on the table right now that the wife is saying we need to go to therapy.
True.
and the guy is saying, yeah, we'll do it. I called a therapist. You know, I have a friend of mine that's a therapist or whatever.
Sure.
But there's no movement forward in doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if you would take the step and actually go and visit a therapist, you know, together, a coach, a mentor, like
somebody,
like just take a step forward in that. Fulfill that promise. Fulfill that promise. If you spoke it, fulfill it.
Yeah.
That'll create safety around your wife's heart that you cannot even imagine.
True. Very true. But it's those unkept promises.
Yeah.
That it's like he promised that he's going to change. He promised that he's not going to lie to me anymore. He promised that he's not going to cheat anymore.
Right.
He promised that he's not going to be doing the things that he's been doing. He promised that he won't be abusive. Right. And all these promises, I mean, they start eating away at the marriage, at the relationship.
Or it can be as simple and as like so nothing complicated.
True.
Like, hey, I'm going to fix that door. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to, you know, fix your garden. But you never do it.
Right.
But you never do it. And even though those are small little drips, you think about a drip. Those promises, the drip, by the time you know it, you lose all credibility in the heart of your wife. That she knows that whenever you say something,
means nothing.
You're not going to follow through.
Yeah.
You're not going to follow through. You're not going to help her. You're not going to go and do the things that you said that you were going to do.
So you're unreliable.
You're unreliable. Your word is unreliable.
So therefore, you're untrustworthy.
Yeah.
And they go hand in hand.
Of course.
Because you can't be unreliable and be trustworthy. You can't.
And that's part of what we have been talking about is that, and that, if you think about that drip, what does it create? It creates that distancing, that all of a sudden you're not going to make requests from him anymore.
No.
Because you know he's not going to do it.
True.
And if you do, you're just lying to yourself.
Yeah.
It'll
be false expectations.
Right. Yeah.
You're just going to be let down again. And you just stop.
And then it's going to create this emotional disengagement that you're not even willing to ask of your husband nothing.
The bare minimum.
The bare minimum.
I know that there's a lot of posts out there that talk about the bare minimum husband, the bare minimum wife.
Yeah.
Where there is nothing more that the person is bringing to the relationship but the bare minimum. Just to say that you are married, just to say that you're together, but outside of that, there's no effort, and that's sad. Yeah,
and I think that in all this, there is some hope in all this too, right? And I know that through a lot of work and a lot of heartache, on my part, and is the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life, is the growth in this area.
Yeah.
Emotional maturity.
So true.
Emotional maturity, because whenever you grow to a point that you're just taking steps, not that you have arrived there, not that you already know it all, but just that you're taking steps to be better as a man. And that's even apart from your wife. Like, you want to be a man of integrity before God Almighty. And of course, that is going to affect your relationship with your wife, because that's going to change the dynamic. Whenever your wife ask you something, you're going to be able to sit down and have a conversation. If you make a promise to her, you're going to be able to fulfill it. And if you cannot fulfill that promise, you're going to say that before you say, yes, I'm going to do that. You say, honey, I'm not going to be able to do that. But how about we do it this time? Like, you're being forthcoming and honest.
I think one of the greatest things for me is to watch you on this journey of self-discovery, but on this journey of emotional growth in our marriage. That, like, you're not the man that I married 30 years ago in any way, shape, or form. And I love this man.
Is that good or bad, honey?
No, I love the man that you
Don't say it here.
I love the man that you've become through working on you.
Yeah.
Because you've worked on you and you have faced the demons, the darkness, the things of the past, that has given us a shot at like the best marriage that we could ever dream of. And, you know, we say red hot marriage because it's a open, honest, and transparent. That's the part of the hot, right? But the connection that we have now, just emotionally, sexually, you know, is incredible because there is nothing now limiting us, or me needing to shield my heart. You know, we can be completely naked and unashamed with each other, but because of the process that we walk through. Yeah. And I think it is such a disservice when couples don't do this kind of work and they continue to live this life where it's just, you know me halfway.
Right.
You know me maybe a third of the way. And they only allow themselves to be known this little.
Man, is someone out there just listen to that? That's gold.
It is.
That's gold.
It is. But what we have now, my God, I would not exchange it for $1 bazillion in the world, because what we have is something that has completely transformed both of us in this journey. So,
yeah, absolutely.
But it's been a lot of work.
Yeah. I want to say that from all the things that we can do as men, as couple, and like if you hear me talk directly to the mic and I'm talking directly, normally I'm going to be talking to the men out there, right? But this is one of the things that does not repair the relationship. When you say, I didn't mean to hurt you, that does not repair the relationship. No. What repairs a relationship is your consistency in doing the right thing, taking the actions of love. What love expresses, that is going to give you the ability to repair, to get on the path of repairing. So in other words, intent doesn't heal wounds, but consistency does.
It does.
That's what it does.
True. It is so
and
true.
so what can I say? You know, this has been a great podcast. You know, the things that we shared, some of the things here that create this love in action. And hopefully someone out there can pick a few of these and just put them to action. Yeah. Like do something. Do you have anything else, honey, that comes in your heart that you want to share?
I think that what you just shared about consistency, how consistency repairs the relationship. Sometimes, you know, whenever like men are no longer acting out, no longer being jerks, no longer doing all the different things, right?
Yeah.
You're like, well, you know, I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I apologize for that, blah, blah, blah. And they're doing these things to minimize the effect that maybe their words had in the past. Like, what will actually prove that to your spouse is going to be that consistency, that you are who you are today, tomorrow, the next day. You say and you do what you say that you're going to do. And that creates safety in her, because that's what she's seeking. She's been seeking that safety from you.
Emotionally safe.
Emotional safety from you.
Because you might have been able to provide like physical safety, safety, financial safety. But the most intimate part of her is emotional safety. What you were saying.
Yeah, and you've created that beautifully in our relationship. So I'm proud of you.
It took a lot of heartache, a lot of.
But we're here.
But we're
here, and we can now help others navigate these waters that are challenging.
Absolutely, you know? Absolutely. And I have like one last thing to say to everyone that is listening, that is hearing this podcast, and this is something that I want to grab a hold of everything that we talked about today, and if we can put it together in just a couple of phrases, like what would it be?
Okay.
Right, just to bundle this podcast that you can put it in your mind, another wrinkle in your brain that you can take this podcast and remember it is this two phrases. Love isn't proven in intensity, is proven in consistency. You have to prove it over time.
Love isn't proven in intensity, it's proven in consistency. You can have intense moments of love and passion in your life, but those are going to be those moments. But consistency over time is going to give opportunity for those moments to happen over and over and over again, through good times
through hard times, and you're always gonna feel this. No matter how hard the moments that life brings at you come, you're always gonna feel this connection to each other because you're building that. So
you're consistently building that.
You're consistently building that. So anyway, I pray and hope that this podcast would hit the ears of whoever's listening to this podcast, and we're able to remember some of these things that can enrich their relationship as they continue to work, as they continue to build a red hot marriage.
So let's be consistent.
Let's be consistent. Yes, let's do it.
I love you.